Namaskaram everyone, this is Vishwaksen and welcome to Vaka Talks, where we talk about mental health and emotional well-being in different kinds of relationships. We are talking about different stages in an unhealthy relationship. We've spoken about breadcrumbing yesterday, and now let's extend it and talk about when the breadcrumbing becomes so infrequent that it gives us time to actually analyze what's happening, how much we are being exploited, and we realize how toxic this person is, and then we call it quits, and then we say, I want to leave this relationship, I'm leaving you, and we move out. The toxic person is enraged. How dare we have the audacity to say no to them? How dare we leave them? But they do not express that anger or rage. At this point of time, there are multiple techniques that they use depending on the situation. They might say, oh, I'm very sorry, I'll put an effort, I'll change, I will be more observant, I'll be uh, more considerate of you, and I will listen to you more, I will cater to your needs. In the beginning, in the first few times, yes, first time we might go back, re-enter the relationship just with that simple promise, or they might send their enablers and their flying monkeys to do their bidding to convince us to get back into the relationship with them. So what they do is send people, send our friends, their friends, our siblings. They convince them that we are in the wrong. If it is someone from our side, from our friends or our siblings, our cousins, they convince them that we were wrong, and we are just acting out, reacting disproportionately. And if it is their flying monkeys or their enablers, they don't need to give them a reason, they don't uh, need to explain the situation to them. They just tell them, okay, this is the situation, go and bring them back. And these enablers, these flying monkeys, and our support system, they come to us, they try to convince us. They they say that, oh, look at all the time and effort that we have put in. It is a sunk cost, we have to deal with it. We cannot keep uh, we cannot go back into the relationship and lose more. But a lot of people continue in various ventures, even if with the sunk cost fallacy, that, oh, we've already put in so much money into it, might as well uh, try to push it forward, when the losses are only going to increase. The same thing happens in relationships as well. They make us feel guilty for abandoning them. They make us feel like we are wasting away a lot of effort that we've already put in. Why don't you just go back and uh, try to change them? You've already put in a lot of time and effort in them, so put in more effort, they will change. So there are all these tactics that the enablers and the flying monkeys use to suck us back into the relationship. And at this point, we either enter back into the relationship into at the love bombing phase, or the isolation phase, or the demeaning phase, depending upon our situation. If we have our own system, Yes, they need to love bomb us again. They're very very considerate for a few days when we go back into the relationship, and then they will cut the resources that we have used to get out of the relationship, that we used to realize how much we are losing in the relationship, how much they are exploiting us. So they learn about our resources, our support system, and then isolate us from them. So depending upon our situation, they do their research, they talk to us, they are very 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 uh, understanding for a few weeks before repeating the steps of the relationship again. It takes multiple attempts, multiple hoovering cycles before a person is actually free from the toxic person, from the narcissist, from the unhealthy person. It's not a simple, okay, I realize uh, how much I'm losing, how much I'm being exploited, and then leaving. No, it's not as simple as that. That itself takes a lot of effort, but it's not as simple as that. There is a multiple cycles of hoovering. There are multiple factors, financial factors. Maybe we have kids with them, and where will the kids go? If we leave the relationship, the kids will suffer. And there are societal factors, there are familial factors. So there are multiple factors, and as a healthy person, as good people, or normal people, I'd say, I wouldn't even say good people, I'd say as normal people, we feel guilty when someone says that we made someone else uncomfortable, or we made someone else cry. So they use all these tactics. you know this person has been a mess since you left. We feel guilty for making them go through that. We feel that we are responsible for their grief, when in reality they are actually crying over a loss of their supply. They are not crying over losing us. They are crying, or they are miserable because they have lost their supply. And we feel guilty because we think that they are miserable because they lost us. And there are multiple reasons why we go back into the relationship, and we should not we should not judge people for going back into the relationship knowing that it is a toxic relationship. All we can do is provide support. All we can do is make sure uh, try to empower them. And there are multiple reasons. It can be they might be scared of what they might do to others around them. They in in heightened emotions, in a state of heightened emotions, we might leave the person, but then we are scared that what they might do to our reputation, to our lives, to people around us. We are scared, so we might go back into the loop. We might we might go back because they have our kids. We might go back because they we are financially dependent on them. So there are multiple reasons why hoovering is successful, and there are multiple cycles of hoovering that happens in the life cycle of an unhealthy relationship. Sometimes people don't outlive the all the stages. It goes so long that people pass away. And these multiple hoovering cycles is just just has become the norm, or normalized for some reason, and it should not. It needs to be addressed. The survivors need to be provided with support. We should not go to them and say, well, but they take care of you, uh, they're not such a bad person. We need to understand there's always a reason why they left the relationship, and they might not be comfortable sharing that reason. That does not mean there is no reason. All we can do is provide them with the support that they need, not force them into the norm that we feel should happen to them. If you like my content, please hit the like button and share your experiences of your hoovering into toxic relationships in the comment section below. And please subscribe to my channel and share my video with people you feel would benefit from my content. Thank you. Until we meet again.